you're probably looking at this and you're wondering, where is the makeup technique? Like, where is the makeup talent? And the answer is, there is none. Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, my hair is looking like a rat's nest. But my makeup, on the other hand, oi, 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 I like it a lot. This is going to be a tutorial slash get ready with me in which I basically created this look using products I already own in my collection. However, this video is inspired by the new, the new release or the new reveal of the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette. This is a palette that was revealed quite recently, and I feel like everybody's already freaking out about it because the color story is quite beautiful, and it's not like a palette that I don't like. I actually really do kind of like it, but I decided not to get it, and I will explain a little bit in this video, like here and there, and you might already know why I'm not gonna get it. But I decided to still create a video celebrating this palette and just like obsessing over the color story, but still I wanted to create a look that was inspired by the palette with items already in my collection. So that's what this entire like makeup is about. And yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys get into it. This is a little bit of like a chatty, ranty kind of get ready with me. So I talk about makeup and I also talk about like, you know, how I'm feeling. So it's kind of like a vent session, if you will. But anyway, I'm just gonna let you get into it. I'm gonna let you just enjoy this video. So let's just get started. I'm looking at the Jeffree Star palette. I have it on my computer screen, and I have a few ideas for what I want to do. I'm just going to like go like at a very organic pace. I would just want to like see what I can do, and I have like a few palettes in front of me that have some blues that I already own that I want to use. And I was looking at the Magic palette by Juvia's Place, and I saw like this navy blue color, and for some reason I just really want to get into it, so that's what I'm going to start out with today. I know that the palette itself, the Jeffree Star palette, doesn't really have a navy blue that looks quite like this, but whenever I think of the idea of blue, I think navy blue, so that's why I want to go into it. So anyway, this is going to go into my outer corner as a starting point. I have had, by the way, I'm going to be like a little bit chatty because like this is a get ready with me after all. I basically have had like the most frustrating, not the most frustrating, I will say that, but I've had a pretty frustrating day. But you know, like when it's like right before your period and you're just like, I can't do anything. I feel like sometimes, especially if you're a woman, you know what I mean. You have those moments where you're literally rendered, like when you feel like you don't want to do anything. You literally want to sit like on the couch and you want to watch TV because you feel so awful. Like you literally feel cramping and then you feel emotionally like just like all over the place. Like that was me today. It's like my period is literally just about to start. Like I am waiting for it to come, even though like it just at this point, like my like period, I know TMI is so like just unpredictable. Like I can't predict my period anymore. Just saying. And it's like I know why, but it's like usually I could, but now I can't. And it's like my hormones are all out of whack. And I have been like, it's spring break. Well, spring break is ending, and I was working all through spring break, like Monday through Friday. I had like full work days. Today is Saturday, and I basically just like woke up and I couldn't do anything. Like I got a video out a little bit later because I was having like technical difficulties, but I was feeling so off, and I literally sat in front of the couch and I was like, I don't want to do anything. And it's like I had a whole list of things that I needed to do, and I don't want to do anything. You know, and it's like I can't feel that way because I know that if I let myself feel this way, I'm just going to take like this brush right here, and I actually want to dip it into maybe a blue in the colored rain palette. I really want to dip it into like I would say, I'm trying to find a blue that kind of matches the blues in the palette. I would say that I kind of want to dip it into this color. But it's like, I can't let myself feel like this because I know that if I let myself procrastinate on things I need to get done, like homework and YouTube and photography stuff, like editing stuff for clients and all that, I know that if I procrastinate on that, then I will basically have like a nightmare like on Sunday when I wake up and I'm like, yeah, I have like a whole list of stuff that I didn't do that I have to get done now, you know? So I don't want to have that feeling, but it's kind of like, ugh, you know, like whenever you're feeling like a funk and it's like, it takes over your life and you can't really do like much about it except just complain about it and then push forward, you know? That's the kind of funk I'm having today. I don't know why I'm like just like venting to a camera at this point, but that is me being open with you guys. And yes, that is why I'm wearing like this big heavy coat, and I literally do not care too much about how like I don't know. I don't even know. Like I look like a big bear who decided to put on blue eyeshadow. That's what I look like today. So I don't really care about my appearance. In fact, I rather like it because I feel awfully comfortable and that's how it's gonna be, you know. And then when I'm done filming, like about 3 or 4 videos that I'm going to try and make myself film, because honestly, I need to have videos to edit. When I'm done with like this, I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to take my lashes off, and I'm basically going to watch YouTube on my TV and do homework at the same time, because I'm actually rather good at multitasking. You might not know this about me, but the 2 things that I excel at that I really shouldn't excel at because like they're bad habits: procrastinating and multitasking. I'm just like venting to you guys because I like you. So it's like whenever I feel like it, I just like to, you know, open myself up to you guys and just talk about my life and talk about my feelings. It's like I'm basically using my YouTube audience, well, the little YouTube audience that I have, as a free therapy session, and it's quite lovely. So anyway, I'm going to go in with this color called Jet Set, and I'm going to basically apply this into the inner portion of my eyelid. I just really want to like create like a really messy looking like just blue kind of throw up situation. Like if blue decided to throw up on me, this is what I want it to look like. I think I'm gonna go in with my finger and see if I can, you know, intensify. Yep, there, I like that a lot better. Or I like that a lot more. Good job, Anya. Okay, so now that I'm packing the color on, I think that I want to take this brush and I kind of want to just blend things out a bit. Blend things out a bit, you know. What am I even doing? What is this accent? I have no idea. Oh, people are riding bikes outside. How lovely. If you're new to my channel, you're probably looking at this and you're wondering, where is the makeup technique? Like, where is the makeup talent? And the answer is, there is none. Next, I'm going to go in with some foundation. I'm going to go in with like just a teensy weensy bit. I'm going to take my ring finger and I'm just going to plop my foundation onto the areas where I feel like I am in the most dire need of coverage, which are plentiful, I will say that. I also have had like this weird spot on my chin that hasn't seemed to gone away. The one thing that will always keep coming back and that will never go away, for me at least, is acne, because it will always come back and it will always stay and it will always, you know, be there even though I don't want it to be there. But it's like the acne is kind of like, oh yeah, I want to be there for you and I want to be in your life, but then I'm like, just can you please like just get away from me? Like I don't really want you here. And then the acne's like, no, you think you don't want me here, but I think that you really do want me here, so I'm just gonna stay here. When will you realize that nobody likes you? Or the other theory is that acne could probably just be like, I don't care what you think of me. I am going to stay here whether you like it or not because I feel comfortable on your skin and I feel comfortable being covered by foundation and concealer every now and then, or just let out to, feel the air. I don't even know what I'm saying. But yeah, okay, so now what is going to happen? What is going to happen? I don't know. I think that I'm going to go into a fake Russian accent because I feel like I want to offend my own background, and I'm going to go into a flat brush. I'm going to use a we do not know this yet. I think I'm going to go in and use like this very bright blue. I'm going to bake it into my lower lash line, and we're going to hope and pray for the best, and we're gonna see what will go on to my lower lash line. We're gonna see what will happen. I have no faith in myself, but we will see what happens. I'm kind of also extending the blue to merge with like this extended, like wild, really crazy looking wing that we already have going on. So that is the mood for today. And you're probably wondering, why is she using a flat brush for her lower lash line? And the answer is because I feel like it. And that's just the way it's gonna be. It's a testament to the quality of these shadows that they managed to perform reasonably well when I use the completely wrong techniques and methods of application than what you're supposed to do. When in doubt, just make your wings larger and larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. Based on the picture that I'm looking at, I feel like Deceased is kind of similar to this color called Yacht Life right here. So I'm going to take this color and I'm going to apply it in the place that you probably least expect me to apply this color, which is my inner corner. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to take a little bit of gloss and I'm going to pretty much apply this into the inner portion of my eye. Through my limited time working with gloss, I have come to realize that it actually works out better if you put the gloss on a part of your eye that doesn't really crease as much. And for me currently, that is like the inner portion of my eye. Of course, like I love putting on gloss like everywhere else, but I do have to basically realize that if I put gloss on like every part of my eye lid, of course, it just will start creasing and it will end up looking good for like about 30 minutes, and then it will start creasing like mad, and it's like I can't really have that. So that's why I basically start off by putting it into the inner portion of my eye and then moving it outward, because that's how it best works for me personally. I'm looking at the palette and I'm kind of seeing like a little bit like of a tealish, like bluish kind of theme. So that's why I'm just going to be taking like a tealish bluish kind of like liquid eyeshadow. I have like this eye art stick kind of dual ended thingamabob from Revlon, and I've had it for a while, and it has like one end like this metallic like liquidy eyeshadow, and then the other end like this like glittery thing. So I'm basically going to take like the metallic thing on my finger and pack this like kind of on top of the gloss and kind of like on my lid in general, like just in that in between space. And I'm also going to be using my ring finger to blend things out a bit. I'm also going to push this into my inner corner a little bit as well, kind of like in a mishmash of places. So this is kind of looking a little bit more interesting. Again, I'm literally using whatever I have, and if you have something similar, then feel free to use it. I like being a little bit just messy and a little bit I would say impromptu, especially when I'm using eye gloss, because then like everything just like meshes into each other and it all like looks so cool and so interesting. I'm then gonna take a ColourPop eyeshadow. This happens to be in the shade Lady Bird, and I'm basically gonna apply this a little, like just tap it into the inner portion of my eye, and also like I'm also dragging it into my lower lash line as well. Let's just put like a little bit into my outer corner as well and see what happens. Then to really like just finish this off and make it look like just extra, like just smash fabulous, I'm going to be going into this like Lemonhead LA product. And this is a space paste, and this is in the shade Malibu. And I've used this several times on my channel and I've really loved it. And I'm basically going to put this, I'm trying to think, where should I put this? I think I'm going to put this into my inner corner and just see what happens. Again, I'm just tapping this into my eye, not necessarily rubbing it because of the gloss and, you know, like all the product in that area. I just want to make sure that like nothing just moves around too much. So that's why I'm just putting the product on in like this tapping motion. And I kind of want to create an ombre effect, so with each application, I'm starting in the inner corner of my eye, and then I'm moving into the outer part of my eyelid, and I'm basically making sure that the concentration of the glitter is more intense in my inner portion, and then that it fans out like a little bit more into my outer corner. Honestly, this is turning out so much more like fun and so much more interesting than I could have ever hoped for, because like I was hoping that like I would be able to create something that was like a little bit more unique and a little bit special. I wanted to do something like a little bit editorial, avant-garde, and I wanted to, of course, take inspiration from the Jeffree Star palette. But like I'm looking at this and I really do like it, and it's wonderful to know that like all of these like, and it's wonderful to know that like this entire look was created with products that I already own in my collection. So that's really nice. I'm going to go in with like this glitter right here. This is kind of like a tealish, greenish kind of glitter. And what's really interesting about this palette that I've seen so far is that it does seem that a lot of the shades in here are blue, yes, but the palette itself does look like it's taking inspiration from like a little bit of green, like tealish kind of tones as well. So that's what I kind of want to echo in this. So I'm basically going to apply this into, I would say just like the center of my eyelid. I mean, since this look is so gosh darn fabulously glittery, I mean, I just had to put on a fabulously glittery, shimmery highlight. This one happens to be from Kylie Cosmetics, and it's the loose highlight in the shade Santorini. I'm just applying it everywhere. Honestly, like, this was supposed to be like a look inspired by the Jeffree Star palette, and yeah, it's like a very just like full-on blue look, like super blue, super glitterly, glitterly. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? It is pretty glittery though, I do admit. I kind of went a little bit cray-cray, but I mean, I'm not really complaining about that, and I hope you better not be complaining. I'm kidding. Of course, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, how much highlight can I add? Obviously a little bit more. And I'm just going to work on, you know, defining my face with some bronzer. I'm just using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, of course. I'm just using this little baby up. And I am just, you know, trying to make sure that the extreme highlight is balanced by some subtle contouring, basically. And then for some mascara, honestly, in every single video, I try to make mascara seem interesting, and then I consistently fail, and this is no different. we're just putting on some mascara. And what am I looking at? I have no idea. Maybe I'm looking at my sister. My sister always comes into my room whenever I'm filming. I'm like not complaining about that. I kind of love her, so like I really don't care. But like I feel like that's what I was looking at. And then for lashes, I'm applying my House of Lashes Iconic Leds because like they're like fluffy and they're long and they're kind of like they're the type of lashes that you can see your glitter through the lashes, which I love. So there you go. Ooh, I'm so excited about this look so far. I think it's really coming together quite beautifully. I'm going to go ahead and do my lip liner. I'm just going to be using my usual one, my Just Like Rimmel gel lip liner. It's in the shade Bear to Comet. I'm just using this because I have it directly in front of me, but I'm just going to quickly line my lips with it. I'm then going to go ahead and use the Fenty Stunna lip paint in the shade Unbuttoned. I feel like I kind of want to make this a little bit more fun, so I'm going to dip into this like silvery kind of pigment. This is from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Liberty. This is actually like a super strong shadow, and I'm going to put this on my Cupid's bow. It kind of looks a little bit weird now, but what's going to happen next is I'm going to go in with this, like right here. This is a lip topper from Huda Beauty, and this is in the shade Snobby, I believe. And this is going to go right over the top of everything. And then to add a little bit more wetness, I'm going to be going in with the Buxom. This is full-on lip cream, and this is in the shade White Russian, and this is going to go just on my bottom lip. I know, it's like weird that I'm using like all these different lip products on my lips, but honestly, just use what you have. I'm just like wanting to create like this like really interesting like multi-dimensional glossy effect, even though to be honest I don't think it's making one lick of a difference, so there's really no point in doing it anyway. That is the end of this video. This is the finished look right here. I do hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting. I know I was a little bit venty at the beginning of this video, but that's just because like I mean I just want to like give you guys my feels. I just want to, you know, let it all out. But this is a beautiful palette. The Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette is so pretty. But again, I don't think I'll be getting it for myself because I just like, I am on this low buy, right, where I can only buy like 2 things a month. And if you want to hear more about my low buy, it'll probably be in the cards. But I'm on this low buy, and I'm trying to make sure that I only buy 2 things a month. And that is like compelling me to kind of like look at my purchases and kind of like look and pick and choose what items do I really actually want versus what items are just hyped up that I kind of want. You know what I mean? I feel like if I wasn't on this low buy, I'd probably look at that Jeffree Star palette and be like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, I want it so much. And it's completely fine if you feel that way too. I mean, like, makeup is great. Like, we can all, like, just get whatever we want from it, you know? But quite honestly, like, I don't feel like I really want this palette so badly. It's just not a palette that I'm, like, just, like, amazed by because I don't need this palette from Jeffree Star to create a blue look because I just showed you that I was able to create a blue look without the palette. And I have, filmed and posted several blue looks, especially recently, that were from products in my own collection. There are a few shades in the Jeffree Star palette that I'm just like not all excited about. Most notably, I would say like the transition colors. I'm not too excited about the inclusion of like several like just like flesh tones in there. Like I just feel like, I mean, I'm not going to use those shades. So yeah, I mean like I love the palette overall, but I don't love it enough to get it, and I feel like I can do without it, you know? I really like using the things that are already in my collection. I feel like there's no need for me to go out and buy another eyeshadow palette that looks quite like this. So that's why I decided to create this video, and that's why I'm not going to be getting this palette, but I do hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting. Like, I mean, I wanted to create a look that was inspired by like the theme and like the whole like aesthetic of like the different colors in the palette, and I hope I was able to create that with this look. I mean, this is definitely like a blue look, but I kind of wanted to inject some like teal undertones in it, which I was able to do with the glitter. But I mean, I really like blue, and it's just such a fun color to use. And I felt like with this palette, like with this reveal, it would have been so much fun, and it was so much fun to like just release a blue look for you guys like that was specifically inspired by this palette. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.